say test that causes a lot of stress, but that's not really our intention. But we just want to try to help you find what would be the best level for you. Okay? When we're done with the test, we'll come up with some results, and we will make a recommendation about what would be the appropriate level. And if you don't think that recommendation is the best, or you have other ideas, we can talk about it, and in consultation with you, we'll come up with what we hope will be a good decision about what we should go about. Okay.
だから試験のことを聞くとちょっとストレスになりますね。でも気にしないで簡単に試験を参加して、その後はレベルは多分大体自分でも分かりますけど、後でこの試験だけではなく自分でも先生と相談して、そして他のクラスも行ってどれが一番合うとあれを決めてもいいです。だからこの試験そんなに気にしなくていい。じゃあだからリラックスしてやってください。
Do ĉu pretaj? Do mi disdonos tion, faru vian eblon, vi ne devas fari ĉion, faru tion, kion vi povas, kaj ni vidos la rezulton. Yes.
Saiki-san, mi petos ar
Just key alone. I don't know. There's Kiev, Kiev.
Those bump cracks, right.
Sydney usas in New Yorko.
Se vi volas aceti librojn, anglalingvajn librojn, aŭ se vi volas aceti aliajn memoraĵojn pri la universitato, aŭ paperon, aŭ skribilojn, ekzemple, estas vendejo, librovendejo, kaj ankaŭ oni vendas kelkajn manĝaĵojn, tie la fono, kaj ankaŭ se vi ne plu eltenas la manĝaĵon ĉe la loĝejo, estas kafejoj kaj restoracioj, aŭ se vi simple volas veni kaj trinki kafon, estas pli malpli agrabla loko. Cetere sur la tablo mi vidos estas kelkaj eksteraj vendejoj.
Estas pli favore costa.
Ĉu?
Do vi povas demandi al ili. ¿Ves? Aquí es donde podemos comprar el tiquete para viajar.
Ella, yo creo que quiere saber de las tarjetas de teléfono también, ¿verdad? ¿Por aquí se podrán comprar?
Pues yo ahí ando, yo ahorita traje.
Do jes fakte tiu automata bankmaŝino por elpreni monon estas en la suba nivelo. Nun do vi povas fari tion. In fact, as a general rule, you can probably think that if a day goes by where you don't feel like an idiot at some point during the day, you're probably doing something wrong. So make sure that you feel like, you know, a good bozo at least once a day. And probably you won't have to work at it very hard. It's just something that happens when you're using some other language. It's part of the game. Be ready for it. It's going to happen. Another thing to keep in mind is think about what children do when they're put in this situation. When children are put in a situation where everyone is speaking a second language, they don't stress out. They in fact end up learning the language relatively quickly. But watch what they do. What they often do is they just sit there, not ignoring everything. They pay attention very closely, and they just listen for a long time. And they don't necessarily feel the need to talk. I mean, you've all had the experience, I'm sure, of trying to carry on a conversation with a 3-year-old or 4-year-old. They can understand everything you're asking, but they don't want to answer you, and they just don't answer you. That's the way it is. They seem to know that listening is real important. Talking is not so important in terms of learning the language. So use that yourself, and if you're just listening to a conversation and understanding a lot of it, don't feel bad if you're not able to jump in and add lots of stuff to it. As long as you're understanding a lot, that's important. That's developing your language also. It may seem kind of passive just doing that, but it's actually a very worthwhile thing to do. Also, probably needless to say, when you're feeling stressed out about the language and feeling like an idiot, remember to keep a sense of humor about it, relax. The world's not going to end if you don't get the accusative ending on the right place. People will continue living even if that happens. So, just do the best you can, and feel free to laugh at yourself and others if you feel like it. But anyway, there will be progress. It's sometimes hard to see on a day-to-day basis, but there will be progress. Okay? As a last resort, if you're feeling really frustrated, you can follow the advice that someone gave me once, which is just memorize this sentence, or you can even write a little sign and wear it around your neck that says something to the effect that in my own country, in my own language, people consider me to be an intelligent, witty conversationalist, and people go out of their way to talk to me, even though it probably doesn't seem like that right now. So I think everyone will realize that what you're able to say in Esperanto may not really reveal your full personality, but we'll do okay. Okay, another point in all of this is that we have, as we talked about before, various levels and various different levels of ability. And we want that to be a good thing, not bad. That is, we want people to be able to help each other and learn from each other. And we don't really want to set up a kind of hierarchical structure where, level 4 people get to do mean things to level 1 people. It's not a college fraternity or anything like that. So let me say something to those people. Por tiu amitiu estos en la supera nivelo, kaj jam povas paroli sufiĉe senĝene en Esperanto kaj tiel plu. Do memoru kiel estis kiam vi unue komencis lerni la lingvon. Vi memoros ke ankaŭ vi suferis diversajn problemojn, ankaŭ vi eraris, ankaŭ vi spertis diversajn problemojn, ankaŭ vi diris stultajn aferojn, ankaŭ vi vidis